Have you ever wondered what it would be like to live in a different world? A world where magic, monsters, and adventure await you at every turn. A world where you can be a hero, a villain, or anything in between. Especially when you already are an adult and have a real-world experience which you can leverage to your advantage. If you have, then you might enjoy watching some of the best isekai anime on our list. Demon Lord Retry. Plot revolves around the adventures of Akira Uno, a game developer who gets transported to the world of his own creation, Infinity Game. There, he assumes the role of Hokuto Kanai, the powerful and feared demon lord, who has to deal with various challenges and enemies in this unfamiliar land. Our story begins with Uno preparing to shut down the servers of Infinity Game, his creation and passion for 15 years. However, as the clock strikes midnight, he suddenly finds himself in the body of his character, Demon Lord Hokuto Kanai, after an unexplained event. The new world he wakes up in appears to be set within Infinity Game, but with some differences. He encounters and summons various companions who join him on his travels, such as Zero Kirasame and Yu Karino, who are based on his subordinates in real life. He also meets Aku, a young girl who was abused by a demon named Griol. He saves her from the demon and decides to take her under his wing. He also meets Luna Elegant, a high priestess of the Holy Light Church who initially mistakes him for an evil being but later falls in love with him. He also faces enemies such as Killer Queen, a ruthless assassin who works for the Satanist cult that opposes the Holy Light Church, Yukikaze, a cross-dressing ninja who is loyal to Killer Queen, White Angel, a mysterious figure who claims to be sent by God to destroy Hokuto Kanai, and Isami Tahara, Ono's former colleague who also gets transported to this world as another demon lord. The anime plot follows Uno Kunai's journey as he tries to find out why and how he was summoned to this world, while also helping Aku and other people he meets along the way. He also has to deal with the sociological problems of the Kingdom of Holy Light and the Satanist cult that oppose it, as well as the mysterious forces that are behind his summoning. He also has to cope with his dual identity as Akira Uno and Hokuto Kanai, and balance his human emotions with his demon lord persona. By the Grace of the Gods is an anime series that follows the adventures of Ryoma Takebayashi, a man who is reincarnated in a fantasy world by the grace of 3 gods. Ryoma was a lonely and unhappy office worker in his previous life, but he gets a second chance to enjoy life in a world full of magic and wonders. He lives in a forest with his hundreds of slimes, which he tames and trains to use their various abilities. He also learns to use his own magic and skills, which are enhanced by the gods' blessings. One day, he meets the Jamil family, a group of nobles who are traveling through the forest. They are impressed by Ryoma's abilities and personality, and they invite him to join them in their town. Ryoma accepts their offer and begins to explore the world outside his home. He makes new friends, helps people in need, and discovers new things about himself and the world. He also faces some challenges and dangers, such as bandits, monsters, and corrupt officials. However, he always manages to overcome them with his slimes, his magic, and his allies. By the Grace of the Gods is an anime series that combines fantasy, adventure, and slice-of-life genres. It has a relaxing and wholesome tone, with some comedy and drama elements. It showcases Ryoma's growth as a person and as a magician, as well as his interactions with various characters and cultures. It also depicts the beauty and diversity of the fantasy world, with its different races, creatures, and landscapes. The World's Finest Assassin is an anime series that follows the story of Lu Tuatha Day, a man who was once the world's greatest assassin in his previous life. He was betrayed and killed by his own organization, but was given a second chance by a goddess who reincarnated him in a fantasy world. The goddess asked him to use his skills to kill the hero of that world, who will become a tyrant and cause its destruction in the future. He agreed to her request and was reborn as the son of a noble family of assassins in the Alvan Kingdom. In his new life, Lu has to train as a magic user and an assassin, while also enjoying the pleasures and freedoms he never had before. He meets various people who become his friends, allies, or enemies, such as Epona Lianon, the daughter of the Duke and the prophesied hero, Dia Viakane, a princess of a neighboring kingdom who is engaged to Liu. Tart, a maid who serves Liu and is secretly a spy. And Maha, a beastman girl who is rescued by Liu from slavery. He also faces various challenges and dangers, such as political intrigues, conspiracies, wars, and monsters. However, he always uses his intelligence, cunning, and skills to overcome them and achieve his goals. The World's Finest Assassin is an anime series that combines isekai, fantasy, and action genres. It has a dark and mature tone, with some comedy and romance elements. It showcases Liu's growth as a person and as an assassin, as well as his interactions with different characters and cultures. It also depicts the complexity and diversity of the fantasy world, with its different races, magic systems, and conflicts. Jobless Reincarnation is an anime series that follows the story of a 34-year-old man who was a NEET, not in education, employment, or training, and a shut-in his previous life. He had no friends, no family, no goals, and no hope. He died after being hit by a truck while trying to save some teenagers from a gang. However, he was given a second chance by a mysterious voice and reincarnated into a fantasy world as Rudius Greyrat, the son of a swordsman and a healer. In his new life, Rudius retains his memories and personality from his previous life, but also gains a talent for magic and a strong will to live. He decides to make the most of his second chance and not waste his life again. He learns to read and write, practices magic, and befriends various people in his new world. He also faces many challenges and dangers, such as monsters, bandits, wars, and curses. However, he always overcomes them with his intelligence, courage, and skills. Jobless Reincarnation is an anime series that combines isekai, fantasy, and slice-of-life genres. It has a realistic and mature tone, with some comedy and romance elements. It showcases Rudeus's growth as a person and as a magician. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is an anime series that follows the story of Satoru Mikami, a 37-year-old man who was a corporate worker in his previous life. He was stabbed by a random assailant and died, but was reincarnated in a fantasy world as a slime, a weak and shapeless creature. He gained the name Rimuru Tempest and the ability to devour anything and mimic its appearance and skills. He also met a powerful dragon named Veldora, who became his friend and gave him part of his power. In his new life, Rimuru decided to create a peaceful and prosperous nation for all races and creatures. He encountered various beings in his new world, such as goblins, dwarves, ogres, humans, demons, and spirits. He helped them with their problems, fought against their enemies, and invited them to join his community. He also faced many challenges and dangers, such as hostile nations, ancient threats, and divine interventions. However, he always overcame them with his intelligence, charisma, and skills. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is an anime series that combines isekai, fantasy, and comedy genres. It has a lighthearted and humorous tone, with some action and drama elements. It showcases Rimuru's growth as a leader and as a slime, as well as his interactions with different characters and cultures.